Hi, this is Steve Walton from Tropic Heating and PatioHeat.com. Here we have a residential application. So let's look at some of the elements in this application. We have a countertop that's over here on the side and a barbecue area. We also have a rather large fan, and then we also have some of these can lights in here. So you can see, not can lights, but little, I guess, LED lights that are built into the wooden beams, every other one here. Let's see what else here. Let's go ahead and look at the dimensions overall. So overall dimensions I have here at 24.2, 14.11. This is the, I'm utilizing the wall to the outside edge here. I think it might physically come out a little bit further. You can see that our elevations are 10.7 roughly, and then 10.4. So we have a slight slope on this application. So something else to think about. Also, these beams going across here, you'll see that the physical beam distance opening is 1 foot 7 5/8, and I have this 1 foot 8 3/16 as a marker, just so that if you were thinking about placing a heater between this between the beams, you need at least that dimension, the 1 foot 8 3/16, in order to meet the clearances on this particular model that I'm recommending for this application, which is, I'll show you here in a minute. Let's see what else we have here. Oh, the fan itself, you're going to notice here, if you look closely, there's a kind of a red glow around this edge here, and that's because we have this dimension 8 foot and 8-inch diameter. So this is a rather large fan. I hope you can see that there. So that's going to be my clearance that I kind of need to follow for this fan. I think that's about it for right now. So let's go ahead and turn that off. And the options I have is basically one option. I mentioned placing a heater inside of here. I mean, you could even move this one beam to the right a few inches just to allow you to stick a heater inside there, but I'm not going to be able to do that and heat the patio with the fan in the middle, and specifically heat up the seating arrangement here in the middle. Now, the customer did say that they are willing to move the table and chairs based on what could work for this application. But the way I see it, I think that center is going to be the best application. And the reason behind that is because I don't have the clearance on this side here with the fan. Let's see if we can look at it up here. So you can see I can't really stick a heater right around here. I just don't have the clearance because of that fan movement. And so then I can only put one over here, and then you'd have to put 2 more over here. And I'm not sure that we're going to really get the coverage that they're looking for. But if we were to place 4 units in here, we would probably get a complete coverage, but that would have to have, the heater would have to have be perpendicular to these beams going across, and I don't know if that would look well. So let's see what we can do with this. If we need to make adjustments, we can, but we also have, again, those lights to think about as well if we're placing a heater this direction. So these heaters are the 6,000 watt 240 volt dual element C series, and let's go ahead and look at the I'm going to first show you the clearances that we are meeting above. So this is the 6 inches of clearance above and all the way around the heater itself. It goes 6 inches to the right and left as well, and then we have the clearances below the heater. So with this angle, I have this at 25-degree angle mounted on the center of this beam, and what that allows me is to still meet that clearance of, this is going to now be 18 inches of clearance, represented by this yellow glow here, and that's true all the way around the heater. So we're meeting that clearance on a 25-degree tilt, and so yeah, and that's why I can't put a heater in there, because now if I put it up in there and got this angle or shot for this angle, because I need to get inside of this center area. So if I put the heater up in here, even if we had the clearances in there, I couldn't make that 25-degree angle. I could just go straight down, and so I'm going to really just heat up this section over here and portion of this table area over here, so it wouldn't really work out well. So at the 25 degrees, I'm able to do that, and this is the result I will get. Whoops, sorry. So the result I get is I have a nice cast throw to this table area, and you can see here in the center I'm getting some nice crossover. So that means that, you know, even though this is the furthest that this ray will travel and successfully heat up a seating arrangement, now I have a dual amount of rays, so that kind of doubles up the rays here in the center. Over here you'll be nice and comfortable, and maybe even on colder evenings, and you might feel like, you know, some people in the party might want to be more warm than other, then you just might move the table closer to the underside of one heater, and you wouldn't be, you know, that would put like this chair here more in the center, and so that would be the cooler spot of the unit, or of the arrangement here. So that's also I just want to mention, so what I did was, and I'm not sure if this is true to the customer's drawing, but so I took a point here and drew a line over here, made a center point, and so that's how I centered this equipment from these eaves over to the inside edge of the beam. That's my center point. The center point on his with his fan there might be a little bit to the left or right. I'm not quite sure, or 100% sure of that, but that's kind of how I viewed it. So if it's moved over a little bit, it's not going to be a big deal, but that's my center. So my center point here. And one other thing you might notice here is with that slope, you'll see here that I've attached this bracket to the beam itself. Now I see that it's oversized. You could just chop off an edge on either side to make it fit into, you know, your 6-inch beam or 4-inch beam. I think it is. I think it's a 4x8 or something of that nature. And then this side here, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to remove the screws that are here, level the heater out, add a piece of steel. You can just get a flat piece of stainless steel, drill a hole in it, attach it here, and let the heater hang down to the right, you know, level location, and then take up that, you know, whatever inch or inch and a half that you might have there to keep the heater level. You definitely want to keep it level. If you put it on a slope, what will eventually happen is that there's a coil inside of the elements here, and as they heat up, they expand and then contract as they cool off, and as they contract, they will fall downhill and then gather on one side and then short each other out, or short itself out. It'll overheat that way. So that's something else important to know. But I think this is a good application with consideration of a large fan like that, and I hope this customer is satisfied with this. If you're looking for some assistance with your outdoor heating application, feel free to send us an email to support@patioheat.com. And if you wouldn't mind giving us a thumbs up, that helps us to get our word out on the YouTube. And yes, we appreciate that very much. Thank you and have a great day.